Hey guys, Thatnub here, and today we're going to be looking at the UZI Tactical Glassbreaker Pen. This has a pen, and it has a little carbide tip right there, and you can use that to punch through window glass, and it's got a hidden handcuff key. And I'm kind of excited that I found this again. The wife got it for me, I don't know, for some holiday. It was off of my Amazon wish list. And I put it in a box and forgot where it was. And I just found it today, so we're going to bust into it and check it out. The first thing we should talk about on this tactical pen is the fact that, well, it's a pen. So let's see here. On some pens, this part here is nice and cheesy and it'll just snap off. I like that this one's sturdy and has a pretty good, I don't know, action, I guess you could say, to it. It doesn't look like it's going to bend off unless you really rank on it, which I don't think I would. But it's going to hold pretty well there. There is no tip for it. See, on like clicky pens, the pen goes away so you don't draw on your shirt pockets and your pant pockets and stuff like that. And this one doesn't really have one. It's just kind of there. I guess you could kind of unscrew this a bit to like that, but then you have the pen half unscrewed and that doesn't really make any sense at all. Speaking of unscrewing the pen, here is your refill, or I guess the original. This can be used with, let's see, where did I see it said? Right here. Standard and Fisher Space pen refills. There we go. So this is, I don't know, probably a standard one. I don't see any labels or logos or anything on it, so it looks like it's some kind of generic one. That goes in there, and there's a spring in there somewhere. See, that would be cool if you could have it like maybe pull out, and then it would be covering that, and then push it back in, maybe turn it to a lock or a click or something, and that would make it to where the pen was. That'd be cool. Or a little clicky thing here, but I don't think I'd like that. I think it'd be really cool if they had it to where it was like on, and then and it kind of popped down just a little bit, enough to cover that, and maybe even lock that back into place when in down position. That'd be cool. Another thing about this is there is, I don't know, an O-ring or whatever, a gasket. It's supposed to be in there, and this is how it came. It's kind of split open. I don't know really why you would need a gasket in there. You're not really trying to keep water from, I don't know, going into your pen, I guess. If you don't get it just right, though, this guy here gets kind of squashed by the lid, so you have to keep that up. Put this back down nice and gently. You can see I've been playing with this pretty much today, trying it out in the real world. This tip up here is a carbide tip that'll break glass, and it seems like it's on there pretty strong, and I don't think it's going anywhere. Some people say that it's wobbly, but mine's not, so there's that. And I'm pretty sure that if you right through a windshield or a side window, that would pop through the glass. I have no doubt on that. This here, if you can see, these little things here, those are DNA catchers. So if you're, I don't know, fighting off somebody or something with your pen, you can kind of brush up against them, and it's supposed to capture little pieces of their DNA in there, so you can take it to the police or, I don't know, whatever it is you would need. I never heard of such a thing until I was reading some of the reviews online about this. And they said, the DNA catcher, and I was like, what is a DNA catcher? Well, that's what it is. Let's see what else. Oh, the main reason why I noticed this in the first place was the handcuff key. Look at that. And I like on here that you screw it in. It's kind of hidden, and you can unscrew this in too. And this is the double lock for handcuffs. So you see, like, handcuffs will go like that way, and they won't go this way, but they'll still go that way, right? So with this, I can push on this little button back here, and now it won't move either way. And that's just to stop people from saying, oh, you put the two handcuffs on too tight and, you know, try to sue you. You can lock it to where it will give them enough room and they can't wrench back down on it like this. You know, if you leave it, say, that open, and then while you're taking them, transporting them somewhere, they kind of like, and then now you have big ring marks on their wrists or something, and they put a, I don't know, file a complaint or something against you. So you have this little double lock that stops that from happening. And it's cool that that's on there. The thing that's not cool is that the handcuff key just, you know, doesn't work. This side here, it's supposed to be able to turn either direction, and it's not. This side over here won't even get into there because this little piece here seems to be, I don't know, a little bit thicker than what the cuff key is. But this just won't unlock handcuffs. And these are, what are these? These are Peerless handcuffs. They're model 700C. I don't know if you guys can see that. There you go, 700C. And they're from, get it in the camera, Peerless. I've also took them out to the local tactical shop today, and they will not work on the Smith & Wessons that they had, and they also won't work on what was the other cuffs? They're the ones that just kind of, they don't have a chain, they just are connected on kind of a hinge like that, and they wouldn't work on those, but I didn't catch the brand on those. So that is really the main reason for having a hidden handcuff key, to have it be able to undo handcuffs, and this one won't. And you can see, where are my keys? Here's a handcuff key on my keys, and oops, click it that way to unlock the double, and click that way to unlock, and there you go. Same thing on here, we'll click it there to unlock the double lock, click it, I'm trying to show you guys, like this way, and it's supposed to open up. So if it won't unlock handcuffs, a handcuff key is not good. So I'm going to send this thing back to UZI. We bought it on Amazon. It was like 17-18 bucks or something. But I want them to, I don't know of my disappointment in their product by the return of it. It's not really so much 18 bucks, but I will try a couple other different like hidden handcuff key things. There's a pen that I saw today. It was like $35, $38, and it was kind of like this. It did actually have, I mean, it was a little bit thinner. It had a screw-on part for that, and the handcuff key actually worked. So that was kind of cool. I will check out a couple of those and show you guys reviews of them. But for this one, this particular UZI Tactical Glassbreaker Pen, I don't really see a model number on here. I know there's a couple different ones, but I wouldn't really spend the money on this unless you just want kind of a heavy, top-heavy pen. And I really don't, because it kind of messes with the writing. I'd probably get used to it after a while, but it just kind of feels a little weird. Plus, I'm left-handed, and so when I write, I kind of drag my hand over it, and I always get ink and stuff here. But here, this ink that's in this, and I'm sure I could get a different cartridge, but this ink kind of I don't know, drags, makes smudges and smears and stuff. You can see that. And it's just, nobody wants that in your writing. So as a pen, it's kind of a fail. As a handcuff key, it's kind of a fail. I don't really have a window that I would like to break right now. Well, I have a couple that I'd like to break, but I can't because I don't want to afford to break them. To test that out, the DNA catcher is kind of cool. Just never even knew that that was a thing. So that's probably the one thing about this that I could recommend is maybe the Glassbreaker, and that's just because we can't really test it out, but I'm pretty sure it'll work because it's on there pretty nice and tight. And that's what I got to say about the UZI Glassbreaker Tactical Pen on Amazon for like, I don't know, 17, 18 bucks. Well, that's all I have for this video. As always, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, check us out on the website, and we'll see you guys on the next one.